Test, test, test. Can you hear me? Okay. We'll be getting started in 1 minute here. I'll copy, paste. All right, hello everybody. We're gonna go over some Bitcoin dominance. Water. I don't know. It's okay. All right, here we go. We are getting started. It did exactly what it predicted. It's crazy. So earlier we called for this wick. If you were watching earlier on the stream, we called for this wick. And I have it, I recorded it. It like was recording, so you know what I should do? I should make clips of that and make YouTube shorts. Come on, everybody. So I'm gonna have to clip that. Looks like now we're forming a head and shoulders on this pattern. So we already called the wick up here. Now we are gonna see, most likely, we can see a little wick come up right now, and then eventually come back down. This will be a point of contention here. This trend line, we either bounce off of it or we break down below it. And if we break down below it, then it would look something like this. So price would come up, come down, we break below, we come up for a retest and denial, and then all the way down. And I'm talking at least down to these lows, to local lows around 58% and 58.7%. So that really, that's really going to depend. But I think that we are looking at the beginning of potentially this more than certainly could be the potential beginning of the alt season that everyone's been waiting for. We zoom out a little more. Right, currently, right here, we're fighting with these wicks. We're fighting with these wicks. We're going to fight with these lower wicks down here, and then more importantly, down here at 57.2%. That's going to be the next battle. If we break 57.2, we'll free fall. We'll free fall down to 55.8, and then the next serious support would be 42, and at that point we'll be in full-fledged alt season. We have seen these corrections dip down pretty deep. I mean, July, we remember July, and we kept plummeting. But we'll be keeping an eye. We'll be keeping an eye on the Discord. Test. possible ascending wedge here. I mean, let's take everything out. We have our simple. See, this is the bear case for altcoins right now. We're approaching a very key level. And what's important and what's something we need to understand is if we wick up to this order block and we close below, we're going to see downside. We're going to see quite a bit of downside. I would say another 20 to 30% on altcoins. Just if we rotate down to these range lows, you can mark that here at 6.57%. So we'll set an alarm. And then, of course, the mega death candle we had back in the first week of October, if you guys all remember that, about 5%. So this looks like a bear low case scenario. If we go in the bear market, altcoins are eventually going to creep down to that 5% dominance. We will see though, we will see how the market reacts. I think that we're going to see a wick, definitely up to this order block, and then we'll be watching very closely. It looks like on our momentum indicators, our RSI, looks like we're about leveling out on most of them. We're above the 50 line. We do have some bearish divergences though. And for those of you that don't know, a bearish divergence is when price keeps making new highs, but the momentum and volume keeps making new lows. So that is a bearish indication that price is going to go down eventually. We've seen it, all over here. These red lines, these are bearish signals. Again, they are divergences. We call them divergences. Basically means price is going higher as momentum is going lower. And so we'll see how this plays out. Let's zoom in on the 15-minute. And it looks like we're just ranging right now. We have highs. We have highs over here. We have lows over here. And in the middle, we're just going to be chopping in between. So we can set some alarms. Let's get rid of all this stuff. We can set some alarms for 7.5% if we break out of that range, and then below we'll do 7.39%. So this is going to basically say how the alts are performing short term. We're down here, we get an alarm, and we see price wanting to bounce up again. Then we know that short term, for the next 3 to 12 hours, we'll have bullish price action on altcoins. So when we're looking at altcoins, and we're seeing bullish price action on all altcoins, we find bullish price action on the specific coin, then that would be an indication to take a long position, which we will do, and we will do in the Discord for you for free. Everything's free right now for the first 10 members. So make sure you get in before it's too late. So that's something we would look at, this little trade, just for fun. We get in here with a maybe 1 to 3 risk to reward, just for the swing highs. And that's if we do not break this bottom line. So we'll look for a retest on this line somewhere. 50s look good. 50s look good. Everything looks good. So yeah, this is basically the altcoin. If you guys want me to go over any coins, please put them in the chat box. See someone else is watching. Whoever's watching, hello, how you doing? Hope you have a good evening. make a bear case for this, honestly. That's scary. That's scary. That puts targets, shit, this put targets down. Guys, I might be short-term bearish. We're gonna have to see on this price action. This basically is telling me, that we're gonna see some downside here. Hi guys, how are we doing? I'm going to be taking a long position on Tau. Everyone get in this with me. If you guys are seeing this, get the fuck in this trade. This is going to be a great pair. Let's go ahead and zoom out here. So this trade's going to be on Tau. We're zooming the hell out because that's what's important. When in doubt, zoom out. We're going to start to build a long position soon on this retest. Right around here. We're going to go ahead and take a long position. We're going to start to build it now. We're going to run it up. We're going to run this thing up. Right around each of these highs up here. So what we're basically going to do is, this is a descending wedge. So a descending wedge is a bullish formation, right? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and put that trend line down. Do the same exact thing. Copy, paste. So this is a descending wedge. It means eventually it's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter eventually until it pops. And that's what we're going to be going for. So we want to see price. Let's look at forecasting tools here. to see price come up, maybe retest, bounce higher. We might have some, we'll see a bounce here. Maybe some chop, maybe a little higher here, same thing, and we're up. It's kind of the idea, right? Alright guys, let me know which coins you want me to go over. Alright guys, how we doing? We're going to go ahead and go over the market analysis. I believe that we are at a make it or break it point right now for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to go over the charts, going to go over Bitcoin dominance, going to go over altcoin dominance. We're really going to cook right now. So let's all focus in. If you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. If you guys can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat. Man, we are at an incredible level right now. this is an incredible level. Oh, Ali G. Ali, no one's joining my stream. I don't know why. There's so much good information. I know, I gotta be patient. I'm expecting like 100 people to be watching. Looks like a butt. Hey, we got a new viewer. How's it going, new viewer? Let me know which charts you want to go over. I just did a call on Tau. Highly recommend getting in this one with me. I'm risking $100 to make just over $300 after fees. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, whoever just joined. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. We're going to be going over Tau. We'll look at the smaller time frames too, see if we can get a catch an entry. Looks like we're just starting to peel over here on the RSI momentum. Now this is a very important indicator. You guys can use this for free. It's a chart prime indicator. It's called RSI primed. Basically, if you don't know what RSI is, it stands for Relative Strength Index. It's a momentum indicator that compares the magnitude of gains versus losses, over a specific period of time. So it shows how much people got money, shows how much people lost money, and it can be used for confirmation. I would say it's not a leading indicator; it's a lagging indicator. So basically, that means that it takes a lot of resources and data from the past. So you really should use it as a leading indicator. It should be used for more so confirmation. Anything below 30 on RSI is considered oversold, which indicates a bullish reversal. And then obviously the other side of that would be 70 on the high side of an RSI indicator. That would mean it's more so overbought, and then you're going to see some pullbacks most likely. Again, it's a great determinator for what's oversold and what's overbought, but what's really important is that you don't rely on it alone, because it is a lagging indicator. Also, if you're in the chat, please put a 1. Please put a 1 if you're in the chat, see how many people are paying attention. And if you haven't, please join the Discord. It is completely free for the first 10 members. We already have 1 spot taken up by Dave T. So this is the first call we're doing. Doing it on Tau. This is the literal first call on this YouTube channel, so we'll see how it goes. We're actually looking at more of a 320 entry price. So that gives our risk to reward a little better, I'd say. We zoom back out here. Yeah, that gives us about a 100 to 400 ratio. Basically, if we risk $100, we lose it, we lose 100. If it goes our way, we gain about 400. We can apply this in thousands and 10,000s. You can apply it to whoever you want. But we are going to be golden on this. I'm feeling good about this trade. But that's just one. That's just one. We're going here to Bitcoin dominance. Let's see how we're doing. Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, we are playing out exactly how we had hoped. We saw a rejection. So power is going back into the altcoin hands. And that's really important. That's really important that we understand the transition between Bitcoin dominance and altcoin dominance, because they're inversely related. If you guys are watching, please put a 2 in the chat if you can hear me. Please put a 2 in the chat. See this? I did this video because no one's watching the chat. We have a new viewer. If there's any new viewer, please tell me which altcoins you want me to go over. We just did a call on Tau. We're gonna ride this thing up to 450. If you guys are listening, please put a 2 in the chat. Someone else just joined the stream, it looks like. Welcome, welcome. The Discord is free right now. It's the first thing in the description, so first 10 members are free. Man, we are ready to blast off. Look at this RSI. RSI primed is below 30. We've already started to turn bullish. We started to turn positive here. I mean, we're going to see something like this, in my opinion. just straight up. In which case we could look for a head and shoulders pattern. That's basically we have a head, two shoulders, and then you break down. It's a very bearish indication. We'll see. I'm going to put some money into my Coinbase right now. We just got the paycheck in our account, so immediately. I highly recommend everyone DCAs their paychecks. DCA means dollar cost average, for those of you that do not know. I literally am gonna wait till someone joins. Alright. See if I get some people to join from this other stream. Just put my thing in the chat. So we are going to be looking at Bitcoin dominance. We're going to talk about how it's important to understand the inverse relationship between that and the altcoins. We haven't hit any of our indicators. There's 30 indicators that show a bear movement, and by bear movement I mean bear season, full-on bear market. None of those have hit yet, and I am predicting Bitcoin dominance to plunge like a rock once we break this trend line. And then also we're looking at a similar situation with others dominance, which is basically the altcoins. We'll come back to this in a minute, but for the viewer that just joined, I want to give you the first call. This is the first call on YouTube. So we are starting, this is our first call ever. It is on Tau. We are getting in around 220, or rather 320. We're going to run the TP all the way up to about 450, maybe 447 to be safe. And then the stop loss is down here at about 290. So I'm risking $100 to make about 400 after fees. Whoever just joined the stream, hello, please put a 2 in the chat if you can hear me. Also, if there's any altcoins you want me to go over, meme coins, any type of coin. The Discord is also free for the first 10 members. We already have 1 slot filled up. In fact, I believe we have 2 slots filled up at this point. So the Discord link is right in the description. It's the first thing you see. So appreciate it if you join. We got 3 viewers now. Hello to the other person that just started watching. Like I was saying before, this is our first call on Tau. We are very long on Tau right now. We're going to get in about 320, like I said, and then up to 450 is the full TP. And then we'll be getting out 290 if price goes sideways or goes down. So we'll be covering quite a few things. We'll be covering quite a few things. If you can hear me, put a 2 in the chat. Guys, let me know what coin you want me to go over. Man, we're in a great spot for Tau. This is a beautiful trade. This is a beautiful trade. We have wick protection. Down to 1 viewer. All right, everybody. Looks like Tau might run away from us, we'll be honest. I'm going to be honest here, Tau might run. We saw a beautiful retest of the 50 line on the 15-minute. But we need price to come down to here. We need to sweep these lows. There's a lot of money down here at the bottom of this wick. What we're really going to look for something like this. I'll show you in a second. Let me get it set up for you guys. We're going to look for something like this. This is what we're looking for. Alright, we're going to be going over this call I just gave on Tau. We're risking $100 to make about $400, maybe $410 after fees, depending how much leverage we use. Alright, here we go. Ethereum looks like it might peel over here. I gotta find a way to mark it. This is my issue. I have to mark it. I have to mark it. I think tomorrow I'm gonna go in like a bunch of Discords and... Oh, we got a viewer. What's up? Okay. Whoever joined, hello. Please put a 2 if you can hear me. We are going to go over the call I just did, which is Tau. We can zoom out here. This is exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and forecast this. Oh, they left. Well, it's okay. Yeah, I got to figure out a way to just bring in people. Yes, they are. I'm gonna be getting off here pretty soon. Maybe I should start a YouTube channel for music and a YouTube channel for crypto. Keep them separate. Because then I can upload all my songs that I have so many song ideas I just want to record. Yeah, you actually haven't heard any of them. Like you've only heard the stuff that I've showed you that one time in the car ride, and I really haven't done much with it. Am I in tune? We're gonna have so much time to teach you now. I have so much time to teach you. You're gonna like my idea, by the way. You're gonna like it. Ah, there we go. Josh Mayfield, welcome to the chat. Let's go over Dash for you. Let's go over Dash. We do have a call on Tau. I'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, Tau? Okay, well, first, since you said Tau, I literally have a call on this, so that's perfect. Go ahead and hop in around 320. I'm risking $100 here in the red to make about $410 after fees. We're just going to be getting in. There's a descending wedge or descending channel. I could see both. But we have about a 320 entry point, and we'll DCA a bit if the price goes lower. We just want to get that entry though. So TP is at the full 447, 448 mark. That is pretty much my call for Tau. So if there's any, let me know if you have any questions. If you don't have any questions, I'll move on to Dash. Also, it's nice to meet you, Josh. Thanks for joining the stream. So let me know if you're good to go to Dash. Yeah, let me know if you're good to go to Dash. Push pre-support. How long of trades do you usually take? How long of trades? It depends. So I don't know your level of understanding for the market. So let me know how long you've been involved in crypto. But I like to do a lot of swing trades. I do some scalping, but mainly I like swing trades. I like positions that I can build over time and keep adding to if everything's going the right way. But I would say, anywhere from 1 day to 5 days. Maybe honestly a week. I usually don't have a trade more than a week. So I look for momentum shifts. Pretty decent. Been investing in crypto since 2014. Okay. Oh hell yeah. I've been in since the 2020 boom. GameStop was my first trading since this year. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I've been doing this for 5 years every day. So I'll tell you what, my Discord is actually in the description, and I have 2 members that joined. I literally just started this channel, but it's free for the first 10 people right now. So if you want to join, I pretty much put all my charts, everything I go over every day, everything's very organized and laid out in there. So feel free to join, and then I'll pull up Dash for you here. There we go. All right, this is interesting. So right off the bat, I'll just kind of show you, since you're more newer to trading, I'll just show you my process of what I do. So first, I look at the chart with absolutely nothing on it, just the price action, and I'll immediately just flag the highs and the lows. So here we clearly have a level that price came down to. Let's see how much it came down to. Price came down about 60%, and then it bounced off that. So that's a very important level. So I just set a trend line there. It's also an alert. Right now, it looks like we could be putting in a low. We might have already put in a low. We're bouncing right around the 50 line on our oscillators, and we're breaking through on all of them. So that's a very bullish sign. So if we do a quick trend line here, we can see price maybe do something like this. We either go up, or maybe we come down, bounce on that line, and then go up. That's what I would look for right now. So if you wanted to trade this, maybe get in a half position now. We'll take it up to the swing highs. No, we'll take it up to the all-time highs actually. Is this all-time highs? No, not on Dash. Yeah, no, Dash is a Dino coin. So let's back out here. If all the viewers are watching, please put a 2 in the chat if you can hear me. Curious how many people are watching. I know we have Josh, we have Ali G. Looks like we have 1 or 2 more. And put your coins in. We'll go over any coin you guys want. So we have this trend line here. We could honestly squeeze this back. So we have that and that. And guys, I don't know if you're a pattern trader. I certainly am. But that's a triangle. We are it's very common to break out of triangles, to break out of descending, ascending, wedges, channels. We go over all this stuff. I am a pattern trader, so this is pretty much what I do. So if we're zooming out, we see that we're about to break out of this trend line here. And on our RSI, we're about to break, looks like we're honestly right at the neutral point. So we're at decision time, basically. Let's zoom in here to 8 hours. So honestly, right now, I wouldn't even be in a trade. I would wait this out. On the 8 hours, we're looking very, very solid here at the RSI. But we just need to wait for a candle closure, maybe on the 4 hour. Because this could be a inverse doji. A doji candle is basically a plus or a cross at the bottom. And then you see price action go way up. And then the inverse of that would be this sign. So this is a bullish doji where you have price come down, and then that's the candle, and price goes back up. And then a bearish doji would be the exact opposite, where it's like here, and price comes up to it, and price comes down. So this is Dash right now. We have to wait this one out. I'm gonna put some alerts above and below. And we'll see what happens. I know about dojis. I was thinking I should hold off, but was curious what you thought. Glad to know I have somewhat decent understanding. Why did you set your stop loss out for Tau? All right, let's pull this one up. I'm not sure where am I. So my entry price is around 320 here. Let me draw this again for you guys. Where the hell is my... Oh, we don't want to do fibs. We're not doing the fib trade yet. About 320 is my entry. I think my stop loss was at 280. 282, yeah. Just straight down here to these swing lows. If you're a much more tighter stop loss trader, I mean, you could bring it up to like 293, 292, but I always like to have that extra room just in case. You never know with these liquidation events. As you know, on October 10th or October 9th, whenever that was, the massive death candles we had. That was a time in history, I'll tell you that. But I'm doing 282. Oh, was it October 19th? That's my birthday. How do I not remember that? Oh no, yeah, October 10th. All right. So this is Tau pretty much. We're gonna ride up to about 4. I mean, we could be stretching it, but I'd say 430 to be safe. So that gives us, say, 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio after fees. So yeah, that's pretty much Tau. We got Dash. We're waiting. Let's zoom into this for a minute. Let's break this down. We'll delete this trend line. Now I'm going to throw on some of my indicators that I use. So very realistically, we can see price come back down to this dynamic reactor. We have both the volume reactor and the dynamic reactor touching each other. That is a very, very, very important sign that it's a lot of support. A lot of people miss this, but when they're together, like you can see over here on the left side, that's a lot of resistance in this case, pushing it back down. Whereas now we can come down to price. Price can come down, chop, and come back up, as long as we hold this. So this would be my stop loss if I was in a long position right now and trying to front run the move up just to be safe, just to make sure you're in the trade. I mean, it would look something like that. If for more of a scalp, a short-term trade. But again, I like to do big time frame. If we're zooming out, let's go back here, delete all this stuff. If we're zooming out, yeah. I mean, we're bouncing off the zero line here. We're about to bounce on the RSI primed. If we zoom in on the 4 hour, yeah. I mean, we see very, very bullish candles. Now we do have some order blocks to get through, obviously. This will be the first big trap that we have to get through, around 92 to 101, 102. Obviously it says loud, they're both loud. There's a lot of selling pressure right now. We have to understand that the market in general, there's a lot of bearish sentiment. So that's always important to keep in mind. I'm more of a scalper, but definitely getting into the longer time frames. Yeah, I used to do scalping order blocks. So I use Chart Prime, but you can get any order block indicator. Like, it doesn't matter if let's just do something for fun. Because I have like a lifetime subscription to Chart Prime. I pay like $1,000 for it. But you can just literally do your indicators, order blocks. Luxalgo is a great one. I'd recommend Luxalgo if you just want to do some basic order blocks. And then we can zoom this in, and here we go. It's the exact same thing. 90, 92, all the way up to 102. So indicators are nice, but at the end of the day, once you look at the chart so much, you just start to read it without it. And so that's what I'm here for. Yeah, Luxalgo's pretty good. Hello, new viewer that just joined. So we have 3 people watching. Please let me know which coins you want me to do. We're just finishing up Dash for Josh over here. So yeah, we're going to get some chop in between this. And that's ideally what we're looking for. I wouldn't expect it goes into next week, but this is just to show the range. Range between order blocks is very common. And eventually one of them wins, one of them loses. So let's say Tau, so Tau's an altcoin. It's a Dino altcoin. Let's figure out how are other ways we can know if Tau's going to do good or bad. And that would be looking at the others dominance as well as Bitcoin dominance. So obviously Bitcoin dominance has an inverse relationship to altcoins. The more Bitcoin dominance goes down, the more the price of altcoins go up. And this is what everyone's been waiting for. We're waiting for this huge move down. And if we zoom into the Bitcoin dominance here, actually earlier, I was streaming earlier. I think Ali G was watching, so she might be able to confirm. But I literally drew, we were right around here, and I literally drew a line that said we're going to come up and we're going to go back down. And that's literally what happened. So that is a great way to indicate where the market's going. When Bitcoin dominance goes down, obviously altcoins go up. And so we had an order block that we drew earlier in the stream. I think it was on the 30-minute, yeah. So we literally drew this, called it perfectly. Please don't miss any of the future ones because everything's in the Discord. If you guys haven't joined the Discord, please join. The first 10 slots are free for now. I think we have 2 of them filled up already. So if we zoom in here, we have a trend line, which the second we break this trend line, that would be incredible. We're going to see a very, very abrupt move down. I just bookmap, so it helps for liquidity and such. Yeah, definitely. Bookmaps are great. Heat maps also just as good. I prefer heat maps, just easier for me, but whatever works for you, man. So we're gonna draw a pattern here. This is something that can ideally play out. This is what I'm looking at right now. Yeah, heat maps are clean and nice for TV. Yep. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. I think that we've touched this order block, so I mean, look at that. Can it get any better? Can it get any better? You tell me. You tell me, Josh. Can we get any better than that? I don't think so. So let's zoom back out. Let's go to our 4 hour. Actually, let's go to 15. I mean, I think that already looks like a shoulder to me. If we're to say that's our high, we just put in our high with this wick. That would be an incredible move down. We would see with current prices just down to the swing low. Yeah, it's 0.75%. So if you did 100 leverage on that, that'd give you quite a return. So, Josh, what coins did you buy back in 2014 besides Bitcoin? What was it? I think Litecoin was around. Not sure when ETH started. Bitcoin will drop down. Well, let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. Oh, jeez. That freaked me out. Boom. Bitcoin. Here we go. Bitcoin USDT. I like to do Bybit because that has the most history. I'll give you my bull case scenario on Bitcoin long term, but let's look at tonight. Just for fun, let's start with the one. Okay. Man, that's the Asia session. No, I think Asia session actually started around here, but we can see that beautiful pump. Well, right off the bat, I'm just gonna kind of walk you through how I see the charts. So, first thing I notice is this beautiful double bottom, and we have a move all the way up here. And if I'm just drawing lines, we could see a double top and come back down. Ideally, that would happen. Then we can honestly jump into trade live. Haven't been in a live trade yet, but we'll see if we can hold this low, which is, I mean, it looks like it's honestly about to happen. But this is going to be a resistance now made support. So we should come down and touch this, at least wick to it. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, Bitcoin, ETH, and Litecoin, I remember those, man. Yeah, I did a lot of mining. I did HNT mining. I did like 5. I had 5 of those miners. If you know the helium network. And then I also did MXC mining. Unfortunately, that project went under, so my coins are worthless now. But let's check helium. Let's see what helium's at. We'll do that after Bitcoin. So is it going to drop tonight? Let's see. Ah, man. This is nasty price action. Seems like some sort of manipulation here. We front ran that 0 line, came down to retest. Definitely some sort of manipulation. Check out the new block pro rig. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, block pro rig. Oh wow, that looks powerful. Yeah, alright, I bookmarked this. That looks really cool. How many of them do you have? Nice. Modular is key. Alright, let's look. Oh, okay. So how does it make sense, like, financially to buy a miner? How much are you putting down? What's it gonna produce? And like, what are the economics behind that? Are you looking at like a 3-year ROI, 5-year ROI? Mine Doge, Bitcoin, and Litecoin. Nice, nice. Yeah, Doge is we're gonna come back with Doge big time. People have no idea. That's like the meme. Looks like we had someone else just join the stream. How's it going? We're talking about mining Dogecoin. I think it's done for, to be honest. Why? Okay, so my question is, why would Doge be done for? Like, what is your thesis behind that? Because I can give you a very bullish thesis for Doge. Whoever just joined the stream, we're doing a free Discord. The Discord is wide open and free for the first 10 people. After that, it's getting closed, locked, and it's going to be $50 a month. Yeah, let's look at Doge. Okay. Wow, interesting. It looks just like Bitcoin. Similar, actually. Yeah, everything is the reason everything is looking the same is because everyone's scared, and currently only the market movers are involved in trades. All of retail is sitting on the sidelines, including myself. I'm not in any leverage positions right now. I'm waiting for Tau to hit our entry, but everyone's scared as shit right now. That's the brutal truth. We all got liquidated back in October, and we thought that was the event that would start the altcoins, but I think now is where everyone's going to get left behind. And let me show you my thesis on that. So we'll go back to Bitcoin. And if you join the Discord, I posted under the Bitcoin channel my macro viewpoint of why we are about to moonshot to at least 150K. At least 150. But right now I'll go over I'll make this very brief, because I want you to be able to join the Discord and check that out. I'm also going to be closing the stream pretty soon, so I'm not a perma bull, but I'm very bullish right now. Yes, extremely bullish. Also, I could afford my meme coins to come back. That'd be great. I'm really hoping that happens. I'm heavily invested in base meme coins. So, yeah. So right here, this is my point. Let me delete all this, make it nice and clean. So we had the bear season. We're coming out of it. Massive pump up. And then here's our high. We take that high and we come back down. Let's measure that. That high to that low. That's 33%. 33%. After a 33% pullback with a new all-time high, we get this bottom to this high. 123% gain. That's huge. That's huge. So we go down 33%, we go up 123%. Now from this high to this low, we go down 32%. Sound familiar? We just had the exact same move from here to here. Same exact thing. 33% down, 32% down. Up 123%. Let's measure now. Up 73%, so just under half. That could signal some form of exhaustion. Also, we are in price discovery at this point, so anything is on the table. And now we make this new high 73%. Now let's measure what we've done so far. 29%. So we are damn close to that 32-33 range. 32-33 puts us about 85K. Puts us at about 85.5K. Let's just call it 85.5K. I'm just gonna set an alarm there. I'm about to blow your mind. 85.5K. Horizontal line. Okay. So we need to see a move down here for this hypothesis to be true, that this move down 33%. I did that wrong. This move down 33%. 33. This move down. Nope, it's the wrong. This move down 32%. And now if we have another similar move down to this line would be 32%, 33%. So now let me tell you what else I'm seeing. Down here on our RSI indicators, as we know, RSI, it basically tells us what's bullish, what's bearish, what's oversold. Give me some reasons why I should spend my money on Bitcoin while it's down. Should I invest my actual capital into it, not just leverage trading capital, like buy a few Bitcoin when it's down? I wouldn't buy Bitcoin at this price, no. I would say don't buy, just do leverage trading on Bitcoin. The time to buy Bitcoin was 21, 22, back when it was under 20K. Fun story, I had about 15 grand in my name at the time, and I was either going to buy one Bitcoin or buy a bunch of alts and memes, and so I, of course, did the latter because I thought I could make a better risk to reward. So we live and we learn. But we're already in an incredible weekly pattern. We're almost forming a doji. In order for the doji to close, we would need to close closer to 93K, and we have 3 days and 19 hours for that. So here, I want to show you this. This is what I'm talking about. So if you've heard of a fair value gap, it's basically whenever there's a gap that hasn't been closed already. And so if we were to, let's go ahead and draw this. Fair value gap. So we just pierce that. And depending on where this candle closes, I think we're going to see a lot of upside. So we can already see the oversold is starting to print. Now that means it still can go. Just it hasn't actually put the OS underneath. You can see where it says OB here. That means it's already been done. This OS, oversold, is starting to form. We can see a bottoming shape. If we zoom into the 3-day, we can see a beautiful bottoming shape here. We're starting to flatten out that bottom curve. And down here we are, let's zoom into the daily. Look at that, we're even starting to get a blue candle. Now this gets me excited. Josh, I'll tell you, of all things, this gets me excited. We are in a rut since October, that October high. We have been coming down, we're hitting this beautiful fair value gap. We're now turning bullish on both of our RSI indicators. Let's see if we can find something else to help our base case. Oh man, look at this. Now this is the beauty of chart prime. Oh, I gotta get in this leverage position soon here. I'm gonna close everything out. I'm gonna move this. So this right here. This right here tells me if we can keep this 3-day candle closing above 91,368. If we can keep that candle close above, that means we've held the support. We've held support for the bull market. If we lose this and we start closing 3-day candles, weekly candles below this, then I would become bearish instantly. Instantly. Because this is our last line of support. There is nothing else holding us back. If we will free fall down to, I mean, we can, let me put on an indicator. This is my buddy Piper, he has an indicator. It's completely free, it's called the Piper Sniper. It is basically a Fibonacci tool for you. So let's do the weekly here. Look at that, we just touched the weekly golden pocket. Are you familiar with golden pockets? Let me know. Heard of them, not familiar. Okay, basically when price comes down to it and it reacts well off of it, it is a very bullish indication. So right now we're coming down. We just tapped it. I mean, look at that tap. That tap was almost as good as my call from earlier. Look at that. So what we want to see this 3-day candle close. We want to see it close like this. Let me show you. Oh wow, not that. This is what we want to see. That's what we want to see. That is a bullish doji, as you know. By this time, hopefully we can have an oversold indication. Let's zoom in on the 3-day. Yeah, we're already starting to come up from the bottom here. We're getting that rounding, and we just want it to come up. We want to blast through this 50 line, and it's off to the races. The next, let's do a measurable target, right? Let's draw a simple trend line here. Let's make it as conservative as we can, as low as we can get it. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 touch points. That's a measurable target of up to 130. And that's what we've been targeting. I've been targeting 130 for, man, I think about 6 months now. It's really something. But once we hit 130, I think that's going to be the top for Bitcoin personally. 130 to 150. I would say if I'm in a position, I'll get out 60% of my position will be at 130, and I'd let the rest run to 150. At 150, I'd be completely out. So that's pretty much my case, my base case for Bitcoin right now. If we lose, if we lose, like we said earlier, if we lose this fair value gap, let's put it back where it belongs. If we lose that fair value gap, we might see a bounce off 73. I mean, then I'd be stretching it, and at that point Bitcoin would have gone down like 40%. I would say if we can't hold this weekly, then I would say it's bear season for at least a year or two. But right now everything's telling us we're bullish. We're starting to see the rounding out. Let's look at the last time. The last time we rounded out under the 30. We zoom back. Last time we rounded out under the 30, look where we were. Right here in this whole area. This whole area. Looks like we ranged from June to January. So we did range for 6 months. And I could also make the case that we range here. I could make the case that we range for about 6 months. Should be about 100. What is that? 178 days, 179 days. So we could hypothetically range until here, and then we shoot up. But right now, I would say get in a long position on Bitcoin, start building that, because we might not see this low ever again. Because once we break through with the AI boom, who knows how high this shit can go? Really, who fucking knows? If we did range, then it would give this enough time to move up, and maybe this would be the crossing margin where everything meets perfectly. Price moves back up. So that's what I'm basically looking at. Do you think institutions would let it go bearish? They're too invested. Well, we know that BlackRock invested around 55K, which would be down here. I don't think we're ever going to see that again. Because if the people who control the world and control the wars, that's when they invested, it's not going to go anywhere near that again. Absolutely not. I mean, it's going to be staying at these levels, I think. Personally, I think this is the worst case scenario for Bitcoin, in my opinion. Worst case scenario. So let me ask you, Josh, did you join the Discord yet? Because I'm going to be logging off here in a few minutes. Yeah, man, I'll tag you, of course. Just make sure you have notifications on. I'm going to be getting in the Tau trade, so I'll let you know on that. In the Discord, I'll subscribe to YouTube as well. Cool, man, I appreciate it. Thank you. You're like my third. You're going to be my 6th subscriber, but you're going to be my 3rd Discord member. So yeah, keep an eye out. We're gonna this week. I think everything's going to kickstart this week. We have others dominance. We need to break through this order block. If we break through this order block, it's off to the races. So, but yeah, I'm going to log off the stream for now. So enjoy the rest of your night. And yeah, I'll be live streaming tomorrow too, late afternoon. So keep an eye out for that. All right.